Hello there, my name is Retro. The first time seeing my channel, you should review cartoon series, anime series, so something computer random. And today we talk about Adventureland, Distant Land, Wizard City, Part 4. And possibly the final part to you actually realize they're making a spin-off series with Leona a Cake, if I'm correct. Yeah, besides that spin-off, this is the final part of the four-part trilogy of Distant Land. And you know what? It was okay. It's a fact. It's one of those episodes was probably the longest. It's also the most interesting one because they add more kind of backstory to Pepper Butler. Yeah, all about him when the final season of Original Adventure Time that he was sort of cast to be young once more, sort of like a punishment to all the sins he had have been done like years ago, and now he's basically trying to recapture his magic. The only way to do that is basically go back to Wizard City. But the only problem is Pepper Button was sort of banned. He's sort of desperate to figure out how to go back in. But interesting enough, this is what the whole episode made this sort of more interesting because they're trying to do two things. One of the things is basically the mystery of the murderer on campus of Wizard City. Nobody know who is doing it, why is doing it. In effect, it's the second part is basically preparing a butler, figuring out how to sort of survive, to understand his sort of situation, that he got basically a second chance, almost like a punishment to rebuild his life, become a better person. But at the same time, he doesn't want to become a better person. He want to become the dark, evil Pepper Butler once again. And he's sort of in the down in between till he actually met a new friend called Kadabra, basically the kind of niece of Akapodamio. If you remember that character, he also appears on this. But it's all about her niece, how she is sort of an oddball of the group of the school, that she doesn't want to really learn magic, even though she has very good potential. But the thing is, I find her fascinating that she's the type of person who has all the talent in the world, but she doesn't want to use it because it's not fun. It's not interesting. Instead of using real magic, she used sort of illusion magic. In other words, her magic is basically to entertain, but it's not real magic. It's basically an entertainer. The one who can pop a rabbit on her hat or choose your card. It's not real magic. It's just sort of delusional, kind of fake, but it's not real. Basically, card-not magic. But I love it. She's so proud of it. She really wants to learn more about this sort of kind of entertainment way of using this not real magic to a lot of people because it's just so interesting. But I love it how her and Pepper Bunner sort of clash because you see how happy she is, how with life, and Pepper Bunner trying to regain his old ways to be powerful, evil, but at the same time bring so much pressure onto himself. He really doesn't really concentrate on his own work, that he over doing everything. The point, everything his life is sort of falling apart. But that's why Abracadabra is there. She tries to sort of convince Pepper Butler, yeah, this is not the way. I mean, you're sort of miserable. Not exactly. But once more, she understands you want to be strong, but it's always strong in a different way. And I love how Pepper Butler sort of kind of not sure what is right, what is wrong. Especially you have another character who basically represents top of the heap, the one who best is in charge, the one who set the standards. Spader. Spader is sort of that kind of prodigy, so arrogant, so full of himself. He is the best. And the truth is, he is the best, but at the same time, you can see how Per Butler wants to be him or wants to be friends, so he can feel he's once more powerful and top of the heap. But once more, her friend, Condabio, that she tried to convince Pepper Butler that's not the way, that's not happiness, that's just being sort of a butt. And yeah, that's sort of true. But you love it even more. How interesting is the fact Pepper Butler has his sort of older self reappearing every time he loses his temper. The point he's sort of hurting himself because his ghostly old self keeps smacking him. Yeah, it's once more, it's Adventure Time. Things get weird, but once more, you kind of understand what the whole series is trying to say. It's all about sometimes you have to let go of the past to keep moving forward because your life will become more better if you kind of move on, because he sort of accepted the past so much he's not seeing what's in the present right now. His second chance is sort of slipping. In fact, he was actually super close to accept his past once again and sort of ruining his life once more. But I found that sort of fascinating. Now, the question is, this episode really nailed everything. Uh, yes and no. I feel the first two acts really work. It's the fight, not the final. The third act is sort of the ending. I mean, yeah, specifically the end, how they sort of tie everything together. That it sort of works, but I feel they needed another rewrite. It's one of those like you loved everything except for that one part, sort of the sort of ending or sort of the revolution onwards. That sort of kind of drags a little bit for me. It never feels it landing what it needs to say, but you still understood what he's trying to do. Yeah, I maybe jumbling here, but it's how I actually feel. But once more, am I disappointed? No, I actually enjoy it because it does give us not one but four parts of Adventure Time, different location, different timelines. It's just so great, and that's why I did enjoy watching this series. Even though it could be better, I still love it. It was fun. It was accurate as a Adventure Time special. Yeah, I really did enjoy it. Now I have a question. Do you see the episode? Do you like it? Do you have it? Comment down below. Let me know. I got nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.